Hi, good evening and welcome. We are live once more. We've been on since Sunday doing reflections, 12 days of Christmas, reflecting on what it has been like for us for the year 2020. We've had several guests coming on from since Sunday, and each one of them have been special people in their own right. Today we have another special guest. She's going to come on and talk about how 2020 has affected her, what are her takeaways from 2020, what values she would like to take into 2021. So right about now, I'd really like to introduce our special guest, distinguished Toastmaster, Sandra Lutchman. And Sandra has been a Toastmaster for many years, many years. She's been, advising and doing lots of stuff within the district and now within the division. So help me to welcome distinguished Toastmaster Sandra Lutchman. Sandra, you're in the spotlight.
Thank you very much, Madam Division Director. Amid this pandemic and the distress that it has caused, each day is still a gift and an opportunity to transform our dreams into reality. For me, 2020 is the year that my vision of a new division for Trinidad and Tobago became a reality. This historic milestone paved the way for one of our members to represent us and compete on the international stage at the International Speech Contest at the World Champion of Public Speaking. I can tell you all about the exhilarating sprinting club growth that occurred during 2017, 2018 that catapulted us to meeting the requirements in order to form two divisions, which was a prerequisite for us forming our own division because they won't allow us to separate from the other territories because they would have to be able to stand on their own. So we also had to form a new division for the others as well. Right? The Division Director of the Year award was given to me by Regional Advisor and now International Director Roy Ganga when he came to Trinidad and Tobago. But I have some great news for you and all our Toastmasters. The chances of a Division Director of the Year coming from Trinidad and Tobago has now been increased so many times over. Why? We will now have a division director coming out of Trinidad and Tobago every single year from here on. So we celebrate the many leadership opportunities that are now available to us, not just for the position of division director, but bearing in mind that the division director would have her own team, her assistant division director, program quality, assistant division director, club growth, her PR, her entire team, and she is the head of the division council. She would have her area directors as well below her. Well, as part of her team, I don't like to say that below and above and all that, right? When I formed Transnational Leaders Toastmasters Club, I said it would be the platform for growth of clubs. I also said it will help to transform the society, one member at a time, one club at a time. And can you imagine now that we have our own division and the amount of leaders and communicators we will be producing, we will now be able to provide personnel to the private sector and the public sector. So in terms of leadership, you can see how much having our own division is doing for us. Think of how much financial expenses we no longer have because traveling to another territory to take part in the division contest, there would be a cost to it where you have hotel costs, you have food, you have travel costs. well say goodbye to that. We don't have to do that anymore. And also the time that is involved. Around the time of a contest, that is the time you're really buckling down and you need every minute to prepare for your contest. So you don't want to be traveling and being at an airport and that sort of thing. So there is a time uh, benefit as well. But you know, what excites me the most is the fact that now that we are a division, we can now operate in compliance with the contest rulebook, where we move from club to from club to area, area to division, division to district and above. Before we had before we had something called a national contest, but we would have run into problems had our members gone beyond the district because we would not have been in compliance with the contest rule book. So we would never have been able to see the world champion of public speaking because uh, but have no fears about that. That has been taken care of. So now is really the time to celebrate and give thanks for what we have gotten. And while this may have taken place during 2017, 2013, the interesting thing about it is in this year. I don't want to say thanks, thanks that we are online and we're able to put this on the table this year and we were able to vote on it. It was easier for me to mobilize persons to go and those persons who have a vote, it was easy for me to mobilize them and tell them, go out there and vote because they just had to go on the computer and they were able to cast their votes so that we could now have our own division. So that is really the thing that excites me the most about having our own division is that one day, so it is almost, it's like my vision that one day there will be a Trini or Trinbagonian person on the world stage representing us proudly and bringing home the crown. So I'm very excited about that. And of course, the two divisions that we had to form in order to have our own is Division F, and the other one is Division G, which comprise the other territories that once made up Division F. We managed to add Suriname, Club Paramaribo into the mix after my term, but they are all part of the family. And what is exciting for me as well is persons who were members of my team when I was division director, they are now heading up these two divisions. So we have DTM Sandra Theodore heading up Division F, and she was one of my ADs. So proud of her. She actually brought in a new club, Genesis One, and Toastmaster Mazana. Well, she is a magician. When I say she's a magician, she formed four clubs, well, under her leadership, and she formed a whole new division out of Guyana. In Trinidad, here, well, we formed a division as well, backwards. We formed, well, I formed three clubs, and Sandra formed one. And I must commend Toastmaster Sandra Pike County as well, because she rescued one of our clubs. SIPs had gone down to zero, and she nurtured that club back to life. So I'm saying thank you to all these persons. I want to say thank you to our division, not just our, I want to say thank you to our district leaders as well for their support. Uh, but I have a big thank you for Mazana because a lot hinged on us being able to also bring another division to life. So I have to thank Toastmaster from BTM, Jacqueline from Grenada, because that is what we had to do in order to get our division. So I am delighted to say mission accomplished. It took planning, it took teamwork, it took persistence, commitment, enthusiasm, some tough love, and sometimes even took courage. And as a team, we showed, what should I say? We persevered, we showed tenacity. And now I'm delighted to say, well, mission accomplished. And I hope that I have managed to stimulate a culture of club growth where growing a club will be more the expectation than the exception, where we will just form a club as a matter of course. It won't be something that we have to think so much of and it will be one every 8 to 10 years or anything like that. It will be a regular, normal thing, and I'm sure that it's going to happen because I have full confidence in our new division director. She has my full support. Your division is a gift that to keep on giving, and my hope is that we will continue to go from strength to strength. And 2021 may be a testing year, but I think it will be with as many opportunities as there are challenges. So let
Thank
me
you
actually,
so
division directors on screen. So I would like to just say best wishes to you and yours for a Merry Christmas and a bright and prosperous New Year.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Sandra Lutchman. And you talked about 2020 being a year of transformation, not only for you, but for a lot of the members in Toastmasters in Trinidad and Tobago. We transformed into a division, and you would really want to celebrate leadership, the leadership opportunity that it brought into Trinidad and Tobago. It was really a year of transformation, and the things that you liked was the teamwork it brought, the courage, the tough love and the sacrifice and all the enthusiasm and tenacity that it brought with that 2020 brought in terms of us being able to meet online and to be able to vote for the first time in the district conference, to mobilize persons to vote. So Sandra, I thank you so much for sharing your vision, your reflection of what 2020 did for you and what you would like to take into 2021. So thank you so very much. So
You're most
folks, tomorrow is another day, and we will have another special guest right here at 6:30. So don't forget to come on board and hear how we reflect for the year 2020. 2020 going into 2021. I would like to thank you all very much and to say see you tomorrow, 6:30, right here. Bye.